Sleep, a basic human need like eating or breathing. It's something we all require to function properly, yet we often treat it as a luxury, something to be sacrificed for work, studies or leisure. We push our limits thinking we can make up for lost sleep later. But sleep is not just about rest. It's a biological imperative essential for our physical and mental well-being. Without adequate sleep, our bodies and minds cannot function optimally. During sleep, our bodies and minds can repair, consolidate memories and recharge for the day ahead. This process is crucial for maintaining our overall health. Depriving ourselves of sleep even for a single night can have significant consequences. It affects our mood, energy levels and ability to perform daily tasks. Chronic sleep deprivation, defined as consistently getting less sleep than our bodies need, can lead to severe health problems, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity and
Meet Sarah, a young professional who decides to embark on a 7-day sleep deprivation experiment for a work project. The first day without sleep is surprisingly manageable. Fueled by adrenaline and a sense of challenge, Sarah feels energized and focused. She powers through her work tasks, feeling a sense of accomplishment. This isn't so bad, she thinks to herself, feeling a surge of invincibility. The second day brings a slight dip in energy, but still manageable. Sarah relies on caffeine and sugar to keep her going, mistaking the temporary boost for genuine energy. By the third day, the true impact of sleep deprivation begins to take hold. Sarah experiences significant difficulty concentrating, her thoughts feeling jumbled and disjointed. She finds herself rereading the same sentence multiple times, struggling to grasp its meaning. The world around her seems distorted, colors appearing more vivid and sounds amplified. Hallucinations, brief and fleeting, start to appear at the periphery of her vision. Shadows seem to move, and she could swear she hears her name being whispered, even though she's alone. Her mood swings become more pronounced, alternating between irritability and bouts of uncharacteristic giddiness. Fear starts to creep in as Sarah realizes that she's losing control. The fourth day marks a turning point. Body and mind are in full revolt. The initial bravado has vanished, replaced by a crushing wave of fatigue. She experiences microsleeps, brief, uncontrollable episodes of sleep lasting a few seconds. These microsleeps are incredibly dangerous, especially when they occur during activities like driving. Sarah narrowly avoids an accident while driving home from work. Her reflexes dull. Simple tasks like making a cup of coffee seem insurmountable. She becomes increasingly paranoid, suspecting that her colleagues are talking about her. Her judgment, once sharp, is now clouded, and she makes impulsive decisions that she would never have considered before. The line between reality and hallucination blurs further. On the fifth and sixth days, Sarah enters a state of near-constant delirium. Her mind, deprived of the rest it so desperately needs, begins to unravel. Her sleep-deprived brain, starved of essential rest, struggles to distinguish between what's real and what's not. The lines between reality and illusion blur, creating a terrifying new world for her. She experiences vivid, terrifying hallucinations, shadowy figures lurking in the corners of her vision, always just out of reach, always watching, voices whispering threats, echoing in her ears, and insects crawling on her skin, making her shiver with fear. These hallucinations feel terrifyingly real, and Sarah is gripped by paranoia and fear. Every shadow, every sound becomes a potential threat. Her physical health deteriorates rapidly. The lack of sleep takes a toll on her body, weakening her with each passing hour. Tell the story of her sleepless torment. She's lost a significant amount of weight due to a combination of lack of appetite and increased metabolism. Her immune system, weakened by sleep deprivation, makes her susceptible to even the slightest infection. Herself, trapped in a nightmare of her own making. The vibrant, lively woman she once was is now a distant memory, replaced by a shadow of despair and exhaustion. Trapped in a world of shadows. By the seventh day, Sarah's body and mind are on the verge of collapse. She's entirely disconnected from reality, lost in a world of hallucinations and delusions. Her speech is slurred and incoherent, her movements jerky and uncoordinated. The physical symptoms of sleep deprivation are now impossible to ignore. She experiences tremors, muscle weakness and dizziness. Her heart races erratically and her blood pressure fluctuates dangerously. Sarah is at a high risk of seizures, heart attack or stroke. Her body, pushed beyond its limits, is starting to shut down. This experiment, initially perceived as a challenge, has turned into a harrowing fight for survival. The body's revolt. The seventh day of sleep deprivation brings Sarah to the brink of a medical crisis. Her body, having endured a relentless lack of rest, is now in a state of emergency. Her body, pushed beyond its limits, starts to shut down. The exhaustion is palpable and every cell in her body is crying out for relief. The prolonged sleep deprivation has taken a severe toll on her physical and mental health, leading to a cascade of potentially life-threatening conditions. Her mind is foggy, her reactions slow, and her body is in a state of constant stress. Sarah's immune system, severely weakened, is no longer able to fight. Her system is under immense strain. Her blood pressure becomes dangerously high, putting her at risk of a stroke or heart attack. The constant state of alertness has caused her blood vessels to constrict, leading to hypertension. Her kidneys, responsible for filtering waste products from the blood, begin to fail, leading to a buildup of toxins in her body. The renal failure is a direct consequence of the prolonged stress and lack of sleep. Sarah's 7-day experiment has pushed her to the edge of survival, highlighting the absolute necessity of sleep for human health. This ordeal serves as a stark reminder that sleep is not a luxury, but a fundamental requirement for our bodies to function properly. The dire consequences of sleep deprivation. Sarah's story is a stark reminder of the critical importance of sleep for our well-being. While her experience is an extreme example, it underscores the profound impact sleep deprivation can have on our physical and mental health. Even short-term sleep loss can lead to impaired cognitive function, mood swings, weakened immunity, and an increased risk of accidents.